Talking about the British sound here, so the British sound pedal, it's by Joyo. It's basically a Marshallizer. I was on a gig that needed a couple of songs that really needed that Marshall-y kind of tone. So I had a little look round. These got good reviews, but no one really showed me what and how it worked. They just kind of play through it. And what's it like day to day? It feels quite powerful when you use it, and it dramatically changes the way that the amps break up. It sounds, if you turn this knob here in the middle to the left, it sounds more like the older Marshall amps, so like your JTMs. I own a JMP, which is somewhere between the older and the newer ones. That's a 1977 master volume, and it's so loud. And it's also a tube amp. Changing the tubes on it's like getting your car serviced, in terms of just buying tubes. You have to rebias it. And it stays in my studio. I call it Old Smoky because it did catch fire once at a gig. But I love that amp, and I'll always keep it. And it's always, I'll do a video on it. I really like it, but it's very heavy. It runs a 4x12, and it's cool. It's very cool. You can do great. It's great with fuzz and stuff like that. It's not a great gigging amp anymore, and I used it. I did hundreds of gigs with it when I was younger. This is the amp. Here's my amp clean. It's a deluxe reverb on the edge of breakup. On the edge of breakup, like most people in January, I think. Right, let's have a look at this. So this is it on. It really warms up the signal, and it's got a lovely breakup, hasn't it? It's got that purry, Marshall-y. It's got quite a lot of low end. Yeah, I like that. It's good. I think my G's being silly. Okay, so that's. I've turned the mids and the highs up a little bit. We don't need any more low. I mean, right. This is, as I rotate it, listen to the character. Now we're in the 80s, so it goes from 60s to 70s to 80s. I'm not going to play the rest of that, but you know what, you get what I mean. I would probably turn the high down a little bit and the low up if I'm using that, because it kind of sounds like a wah-wah pedal. It's been left on. I don't know why I'm doing that, but there you go. Sounds cool. In a little box. That sounds more wholesome. Now that sounds more like my actual, how I like to have my actual amp, my actual Marshall. I have it quite clean, and then I just boost it with stuff. So that's actually more like how I guess you would have your Marshall if you owned one of those, because you just have it plugged in. You could do your little wing things. That kind of stuff. in something dirty in front, like a Tube Screamer style, suddenly you're in a whole world of and then if you want to do that with the other side of it, it does add a bit of high-end hum. Put a Klon in the mix. That's the British sound, apparently.